Hello, everyone. Today we're looking at a story which came out earlier this week. It's to do with Megsy's Flopcast, and she said she was taking a type of Ayurvedic medicine and one that had hallucinogenics in it. That's her quote. She said, the hallucinogenic, it makes you, it makes you feel woo-woo and all this kind of stuff. I'd just like to say, not too long ago, I pulled this card out for Megsy, the microdoser. I think it's either in the last couple of months. I always use my sassy cards towards the end of a live stream. I forget which one it is, or a recorded reading. I forget which reading it is, but it is there somewhere. So what I thought we'd do is we'd look at Megsy's relationships with the hallucinogenic side of life, if you will. Now, I just want to point out that if she was taking substances that had hallucinogens in them, that would actually have an effect on hallucinate. I don't know what the law's like in America, but over in the UK, you can't get it. It's illegal. Anything with hallucinogenics in is illegal. Everything from weed and mushrooms, all of that stuff, really illegal. So there would be no doctor in the UK that prescribed, whether they're Ayurvedic or not, that would prescribe Megsy that. You can get prescription weed, but it's not legal just to get. But you can't get like anything that's hallucinogenic. I think it's a B or an A category. It's not good. So there's a lie about that. So the malignancy in the UK with invisible child number 1, recollections may vary, how they got here exist at all, who's the mother, who's the father, all of that stuff is a little bit, it doesn't track. And what type of mother does that? So I think she thinks it's a win. Like, oh, look, there are more pregnancy stories, but the pregnancy stories don't make sense. They never do. They never really do. So let us have a look and see what is going on with Megan and these hallucinogenics. Let us have a look. Let's see what the cards want to say about her today. 7 of Cups is in reverse. There's some level of gaslighting going on here, guys. Serious levels of gaslighting. Now, I feel like she doesn't know her elbow from her boob, from her bum. She's just all over the place. I feel with the 7 of Cups in reverse as well. She gaslights herself almost purposefully. She must get up every morning and think, who do I want to be today? It just runs with a narrative. And she's just... The 9 of Cups is in reverse, NFI. Now, she didn't attend the Met Gala this week, which... did you see some of their clothes, guys? Oh, my God. What was the dude with the piano on his back doing? Moving house? My goodness. The 9 of Cups in reverse. The 9 of Cups in reverse, not invited, feeling salty. Was this kind of story meant to distract from the Day celebrations? Was this story meant to garner some attention? Because they haven't had enough this week, have they? The Queen of Swords is in reverse above. Okay, let me see what's underneath it. The Tower. Something is going on. Now, the stuff that's just come out about African parks. And Megsy's just been threatened to sue by a fan of hers who had the misfortune of making Megsy's bath salts. Megsy's lawyers have responded already, by the way, and they said they should have read the instructions. It's not Megsy's fault, that kind of thing. But that Queen of Swords in reverse there. Now, there's a strategy. There's a cold strategy. She thinks she wants to look like a healthy, normal person, but instead she looks very much so like a complete and utter manipulative, mind game playing madam. Let's see what led up to this story. The world in reverse. Things aren't going quite as she would like them to be honest. For all of the posturing and the beige Instagram posts and all of those things, things haven't landed quite as she wanted them to. It didn't make the massive big splash that she thought things would do. So I'm not surprised that she's got a podcast where she's admitting that she's taken hallucinogenic substances around Archie's and Invisibit's births, stories, recollections may vary and all that. There's the devil. Let me pull a few more cards. So we've got the devil there. She is really going to try and control her image. She wants to be this kind of breezy Californian. It's a weird duality she wants to be. She wants to be this breezy Californian super businesswoman who's a bit geeky but really savvy and is just totally nice. She wants to be seen as really wholesome but also really cool. It's a kind of weird thing she wants to be. We're going to get more and more around her control. She's going to try and control her image even more. I know that sounds wild, but she is up to something. With that devil card here and the tower card here, she's reacting to something. And one of the things with the Nine of Cups in reverse there, she wasn't invited to the, obviously she wouldn't be invited to the VAD celebrations or Trooping the Colour or anything else. Obviously the Markles wouldn't be invited. But in her mind, she should still be there. It's so weird. It's almost like whatever you do, whatever you say to them, however you try and appease their anguish, they will take offense at it. They just take offense at absolutely everything. She's waiting for something. Seven of Pentacles there. Harry is being told he has to sort something out. The Hermit card surrounding her. This could be a different Virgo because the Hermit card relates to a Virgo. But the Hermit card is around her. I wonder if we're going to get a Doria moment because remember Dorito? She's a Virgo too. And it makes me think that it might be Dorito because the Hermit card is actually in the upright. And usually when Harry's energy appears on a spread about Megsy, he's always in reverse because she doesn't value him. However, I feel like Dorito, they're very similar. Two peas in a pod. Very much, very similar. And I'm warning you guys, that new communications officer that they've got for the Duke and Duchess of Unsuccess, she's like, she is final boss Sussex Squad. They will fall out eventually. Of course they will, because we've got an Aries and a Leo, both negative Aries and a Leo, two fire sign females. They're going to fall out eventually. But at the minute, they're not. And that's where the devil comes in. There's that King of Swords again. We've got the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords both in reverse. She's disruptive. I feel like they've got themselves in, she's got herself in as well with some nefarious people in Hollywood. That devil is all about control, maladaptive behaviors, disruptive behaviors, behaviors to control. Whether they do it, whether she does it through her little minions, her little flying monkeys that go out and attack people. And a lot of them are in the media as well, you know, that show Little Woman and blah, blah, blah. There's a few of them, the people on The View and all that stuff. But there's a level of control here. Because I feel like she's losing control of the Seven of Cups in reverse at the start of that reading. She's waiting for something. There's something around, because we're talking about pregnancies, malignancies, if you will. She's waiting for something to come. Okay. Let me just have a look and see if she is. So that's the background of the story. Let's see if she actually does take them. If she still uses anything. Let's have a look. Any mind-altering substances. The Six of Cups is in reverse. Okay, I think she does. I think the story is a lie. The Two of Wands is in reverse there, a door shutting. The Lover's in reverse, unhealed. And there's the Queen of Swords in reverse again. Criminal female behaviour. Now, you've got to remember, I'm reading on this from the UK, and some of the stuff that Megsy would use in America might be illegal in America, but it's not legal in the UK. We've got some really restrictive laws when it comes to use of drugs, basically. I mean, you can't even buy melatonin over the counter here in the UK. I know you can get it anywhere in America, but like things like melatonin, kava, and like herbal supplements you guys can get, we can't get. The Lovers is in reverse there. There's this unhealed part of her. Now, it's interesting card, the Lovers, because it can mean a Gemini, it can mean relationships, it can mean bonding, soulmates, but it's in reverse. For some reason, she wants to separate her drug use from Harry's. And she only used it as this healing thing. So that's a deflection. Okay, we've got two cards coming out here. What's in the background? Okay, the Prince of Wands and the Prince of Pentacles both being in reverse. Prince of Wands in reverse. That's Megsy. Prince of Pentacles in reverse. That's Harry. Fire signs, earth signs. The primary family that sniffs together stays together, hey? Allegedly. Yeah, she does want to. She's actually trapped herself in by this admittance, you know. And that Prince of Wands there. What was she hoping for? She's going to regret saying this. I feel this is a key to unlocking something with her about this whole hallucinogenics thing. going to open more people up for more digging, and she's already aware of something involving her and Harry regarding substances, and she wants to distance why she used stuff from Harry. Harry used it like recreationally. I want to have a good time. Megsy's like coming from this point, well, I used it medicinally. So it's to try and like swerve out of it. She is going to be entrapped by it. Queen of Cups in reverse. One of the things she's actually feared is like she doesn't want to look less like Diana or Catherine. Can you imagine Diana or Catherine? Or her queen, or Princess Anne, or anyone, or Camilla coming out and say, oh, yeah. I used hallucinogenics during my pregnancy. It was great. I mean, you can imagine Fergie saying something daft like that, but like, no, how are you, man? Okay, let's have a look at Harry in all of this. How's Harry's use? The drugs don't work. They just make you worse. And the Queen of Coins is in reverse. That nearly rhymes. The drugs don't work. They just make you worse. And the Queen of Coins is in reverse. Like I said, Doria is a Virgo. She would come out as the Queen of Coins. Let's see what's crossing over, because there's other Queens of Coins in this mix. But Doria, what are you doing, lady? It's Doria. That Queen of Coins is in reverse. That's Doria. Doria's the enabler. The Three of Cups crossing over. There's a lot of bonding around the pipe, if you will. There's a lot of turmoil around that pipe. The Five of Wands, causing more trouble, I guess. And the Magician in reverse. He goes, listen, he uses this and he tries to meditate with his hallucinogens. He tries to do energy work with his hallucinogens, and this is part of his bad energy and part of his bad karma, because it's quite dangerous doing energy work, especially when you're full of spite, because it comes all back to you. He is the Empress is in reverse. He takes trips to think and has conversations. He thinks he's having conversations with his mother. Page of Swords is in reverse. There's going to be chatter about this. There's going to be stories about this coming out with him eventually. This is the sooner rather than later card placement, but that Page of Swords in reverse. He's going to keep going. He's so full of spite, guys. There's the Hierophant in reverse. I'm so anti-establishment, I can get everyone. And I am going to do a reading on this later. There's the African part that's just come out. The Six of Coins is in reverse. Taking more than you should. Taking things for granted. And he's left those people. He's taken them for granted. But his main focus, the thing that burns him up so much, is the royals. And he doesn't learn. He just doesn't. There's the Sun again. more with the kids, more attention around this issue. He actually takes things allegedly and thinks he's meeting his mother on the astral planes. But Dorito is enabling him with all of this. Now let's have a look at where Megsy and Harry, do they come together to use drugs or what? Nausea. Okay. What's there something that can make you nausea? The poster. The ghosts. Diana stuff. So this is all done to try and contact, a lot of it's done to try to contact spirits. Some people do that. I don't get it either, but because if I was always taught that if you are opening up to spirit and you've got anything in your system, like you've had a 5 or 6 glasses of wine, or you've had a bit of something, whatever, then it's actually quite dangerous, because you can get attachments and you can get manipulated by spirits, and it actually invites like a darker energy in as well. So there's that. The mixologist, yeah. Yeah. A lot of it, I feel like Meghan and Harry are doing it with the poster there. The poster card there is basically for effect, to advertise themselves as something they're not. The mixologists are messy. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They view themselves as really spiritual beings, and the rest of us just kind of like pieces of meat. So it's weird, because with the sun there, you've seen this like Harry, which was almost like anointing this child in the image. And I don't even think that image is 100% legit, you know? I mean, I'm not a photograph expert, but there was something wrong with that picture. And whose kid was it? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And we can only take what she says for it, and we know she's a liar. They do think they are on some kind of divine quest, and I've been saying that about Megsy for the longest time. And one of the things that is enabling them is Megsy's and Harry's use of substances. Someone is going to come out with some receipts around this. And then they're going to switch up the use to kind of self-soothe because of some type of shock. Allegedly, in the card's opinion. I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you soon for some more readings. Take care, everyone. Bye.